You need to know that you're not talking to Katy Perry.
So we're back with another episode of Catfish. I mentioned in my last one that I kind of wanted to do a few more different reaction style videos to different episodes of the show, ones I might have seen in my travels and some that would be completely new to me. And I asked for your guys' input. A lot of you guys are big fans of Catfish, and you guys let me know. One of the most requested ones involves Katy Perry, apparently, but not really, obviously. Spoiler alert, because it's Catfish, but who knows? Maybe this guy was actually talking to Katy Perry. Who am I to argue with that? But that sounded amazing, and I really do feel like I have not seen it. I have somehow not seen that episode of Catfish. Do they actually get Katy Perry on to say no, so sorry, not me? I know that there's been episodes where someone thought they were dating a porn star, but I don't know, this one just seems so much, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to just diving on into this one. So if there are other episodes of Catfish that you guys really want me to react to and different things like that, make sure to recommend episodes down below, react or watch or kind of discuss or go over. I'm super into it. It's super fun. And this way I can kind of get a little bit ready for the holidays. You might end up even getting 2 Catfish episodes this month. I don't know. That sounds crazy. I also brought this drink for the occasion. This is from the Isla New Bar at Universal Studios, the Jurassic Park themed bar, which I think is beautiful. Very great drinks, quality cups that they let you come home with. So I don't know, I figured we'd turn it into a big party. It might be snowing outside, but it's tropical in my heart. And if you missed the last episode of Catfish that I covered, I would strongly recommend going and checking that out. It was the first one I had ever seen years ago. I believe it's one of the most infamous ones. It's wild. And randomly, the guest host was Machine Gun Kelly, which I completely forgot about. So go check that out. Now, thankfully, Katy Perry has her own money, so Spencer would be clear to protect his cash with today's sponsor, Ridge Wallets. Ridge offers sleek, compact, RFID blocking wallets that come in over 30 colors, including this tropical lil beauty. They hold up to 12 cards, easily accessible with a quick push, and include a money clip or cash strap for your bills. They also have daily driver kits that come with a walling and matching key case to keep your keys organized and easily accessible. So if you want to try out Ridge for yourself or as a gift, head on over to ridge.com/Jedi to save up to 40% until December 22nd. That is ridge.com/Jedi. So now let's dive into season 5, episode 15, Spencer and Katy. So we've got the OG duo here today. We've got Neve and Max. I guess they got Max a new camera. He's really excited that it's silver, even though I always felt that silver cameras denoted cheap. I'm being a hater. Let us continue. Okay, so right from the get-go, before they actually reveal what's going on, we've got this guy who's got a relationship going on with someone named Katy from California. She said she wanted to take the relationship to the next level and then completely stopped having those feelings and said that she sent it all in an email, but he never got that email, and for some reason, she won't resend it. I don't know if there's that many gaps or they just know what's in the pipeline, but they're about to give Spencer a call.
I think this is going to be your best episode ever.
Why is that?
Yeah. All right. Well, Katy is Katy Perry. So, there you go.
Okay. So immediately into that phone call, he reveals that Katy is Katy Perry, and he is confident about that fact. And he doesn't even seem to have a little bit of shame about the whole thing.
What?
Yeah, go ahead and laugh about it. You'll meet her.
That's the Katy? Is she not with someone else now?
I think she is dating somebody, yes.
Who?
I think it's the elf from The Lord of the Rings.
Orlando Bloom?
That's right.
Okay. So they're rightfully I think she might be dating someone. And this man is just yeah, that elf from Lord of the Rings. Orlando Bloom? It's yeah, you know that damn pirate. Except he's not stealing treasure. He's stealing my love. So best case scenario here, your girlfriend is cucking you in the public eye. So we get to the point where he's explaining how he knows it's Katy Perry, and apparently they just met on some kind of weird small messenger, and her display name was Katy Perry, and he said, "Are you the singer Katy Perry?" And she said, "Yup." I feel like I have a big business venture I want to run by Spencer.
A messenger? Hi, are you the singer?
Must be her.
I'm sorry, it's the more I keep thinking about it, the funnier it gets. It's like, this is a grown-ass man on a messenger, and it's like literally all this person had to do was like, yep, I'm famous, and I just happen to be here talking to you, person I don't know. I love you. Oh no. Also, I keep forgetting to mention this. Half the time the Max cam is just like holding the camera at the computer screen. I can't remember if I mentioned in my last video. It's like they have the professional film team all around them, but still use these these just crappy little handycam clips of like a screen that they could just be screen recording. It adds to the authenticity, I guess. All right, let's get back to it.
Have you spoken to her on the phone?
I have one time.
One time.
And it was $270 because she had a phone from Canada.
Wait. Okay, he says he talked to her one time, but the call cost over $270 because she had a Canadian phone because she was on tour there. Look, I travel a lot. There are packages. I assume rich people have packages. Oh no. I would hope that Katy Perry would offer to reimburse your $270+ for your romantic phone call. I'm just imagining that this is some Canadian catfisher that was just like, okay, I just gotta hold on for just a couple more weeks, and then Katy's in Canada, and I have the perfect alibi. All right, so he just kind of went even more into the Canadian phone number he had. I was traveling internationally, like I say internationally, to the United States from Canada in 2016. Most phones and most carriers just click into a new plan. And I would just assume that a celebrity would have that option. I just don't think that you'd have a separate phone for just a little stint in Canada just for a couple days. Like maybe if it was long term in either directions, you might want to get a separate phone for a different place. But I'm pretty sure you're just texting a Canadian.
She shared some songs with me, some music before they even were released.
And now he at least gives us like the trickle of information that could potentially prove that this is actually Katy Perry, or at least someone with a connection to Katy Perry. He said that she was sending him early recorded versions of unreleased songs. So like if you heard this and then that song ended up being released, you might be like, okay, well this is gonna be someone with some insider information to Katy Perry. But then they actually go to look at them and they're all these like unavailable YouTube links. And he confirms that they were just YouTube links from a variety of different channels. So there's also just like a really good chance that these were pre-existing like early demo versions of Katy Perry songs that are already released. Like, man, did you just get like demo or did you get like cover versions of songs?
Was there ever discussion about like you moving out to California?
Having kids.
Really?
Getting married.
Okay, this person has to be a sociopath. Like, who talks about having kids and getting married with someone when they're pretending to be Katy Perry? It's Catfish. They're all like this. Also, I'm sorry, I don't know how old this guy is, but he appears to be way too old to be going along with this. And it is telling me on the screen right now, 6 years. This has been going on for 6 years. And this is a grown-ass man who appears to be in his late 20s, possibly the youngest. Get it together, man.
You made a ring.
Yeah. My great-grandmother's emerald, I took out of it and put in a new diamond band.
He has his great-grandmother's ring, and he's put it in a new band. This man took the emerald from his grandmother's ring and put it on a wedding band for her. And they've never met, and they talked on the phone one time. 6 years!
Do you have it here? Can we see it? Yeah, go grab that.
Like how Max is positive this is all fake, but he's just so giddy to see that ring.
He just full-fledged believes it.
I mean, the ring?
It's not like, oh my God, could it be Katy Perry? Because there's no way it's Katy Perry.
I love Max so much. You know, as much as I love the Machine Gun Kelly just co-hosting, a guest host, that episode was missing Max. I'm so glad that he's back.
But could it be Katy Perry?
Fuck you, Neef.
Right, well, we know that she's not Katy Perry, right?
It is not Katy Perry.
Are you 100% sure?
I am 100% sure.
All right, so we've got a phone number and an email.
Let's
search
look
the
up
phone
both.
number.
Oh, we got a hit from Calgary, Alberta.
Of course the catfish is from Alberta. Don't think too much into that, Albertans.
We're almost there. Here we go. We got it! We got a hit! Picture and everything.
Wait, but this girl's hot.
Okay, so, all right. So they do the thing where they start looking up the number and then they reverse search the email address and they find an account that says the person is in England. And then Neve's just like, wait, this person is hot. Making the suggestion like, wait, this person doesn't need to pretend to be a different person because they're not some hideous fucking chut. Oh my God. Yeah, interesting though, because she also looks a lot younger than Spencer. So let us continue on this adventure.
Go to the Ask FM profile.
About Harriet.
Search for Harriet on Facebook.
It's really funny. They keep bleeping her last name, but I'm pretty sure it's Harriet Herbert. If you just look at their lips. That's fine though. Okay, so they find out that this girl maybe came from Canada, but now lives in England. Seems like the profile is pretty legit. Has mentions of Katy Perry doing artwork that Katy Perry liked, you know, like the typical kind of fan stuff. So they decide to head over back to Spencer, who has just said that his brother doesn't know that any of this is going on. How do you fake a relationship? How do you think you're in a relationship with a celebrity for 6 years and not have a single person in your life know about it? It's very interesting. It's almost like you know that it's probably not something you should mention. Or is it a very different scenario where everyone he knows is aware that he thinks he's dating Katy Perry and it's just the catfish thing they don't know about?
It's Katy Perry.
It's just like this perfect look of like, oh no, you know, we knew that there might be something going on with you, man, but like, oh no, and now it's on TV, oh no.
Oh, the ring?
Yeah.
You got a ring?
Yes, I've made her a ring.
Oh, I don't know why they're making him tell his brother. I feel this is the producers at work. The producers are like, look, it's not like we're actually gonna find Katy Perry, so let's just make this guy laughingstock his family. So they obviously start asking the brother if he's done anything like this before. And I feel like he's now getting the double dunk. Because he's going to get dunked on for thinking he's dating Katy Perry. And now his brother's just like, no, he's never really done anything incredible before.
Check it out.
Wow, that's really nice. I'm really glad that you've had someone that you've been talking to and someone that obviously means a lot. I'm here for you no matter what.
This brother's just being so supportive though. Like, he's just like, you know what? I'm just glad that you've had someone to talk to that like cares about you. And just for the brother of the year here. I feel like he had to have known. Somebody must have like prepped him or something, because I just can't imagine any reaction to I'm dating Katy Perry on the internet. I feel like there'd just be a lot more questions.
It says one profile match on Ask FM.
Okay. If you don't like Lady Gaga, I probably hate you. Meow meow bitch. Doesn't sound like her.
No, she doesn't say meow meow bitch.
I love this. Okay. So they show him the profile of the person they found, and he's like, no, doesn't sound like her. And not because of like the writing tone, but specifically the part where it talks about loving Lady Gaga. And then this man is actually so worried about doxing personal information about Katy Perry that when they ask, oh, she's not a fan of Lady Gaga, he's like, no, not the conversation that we fell in love in. She was
Dissing on Lady Gaga.
But the more they show him, the more he kind of comes around to the idea that there is clearly a connection to this person and who he's been talking to, and that this is likely someone kind of like messing with him or just kind of having fun. And he is super pissed off about it, talks about how they're ruining his life. But honestly, I think if you believe you were talking to a celebrity for 6 years and there's been no appropriate proof of that fact, yes, that person is to blame for messing with you, but it's also like you just left $10,000 on the ground outside of your home for 12 hours and just assumed that like no one would take it. At some point, you can do some things to help yourself. But he wants to confront her in person, so Catfish is headed to England, baby, which is kind of making me think that he must have known that this was gonna happen before the show started, because they're gonna just pick him up tomorrow and go. You have to have like a passport to go there, so maybe he already had one, but they didn't even stop to ask. Maybe that was just all the minutia behind the scenes, but yeah, England, baby!
Songs in the last album, all of them have little bits of lyrics that are clues to me.
Oh no. Okay, I don't want to completely demonize this person because, this was a random encounter, but one of the things I most commonly see online, and it's happened to me, it's happened really seriously to some of my friends, is that people online will fabricate relationships with people that they're into online. And then they reason that out by coming up with little tiny rules or things that they see as hints or signs that are specifically speaking out to them. So, you use a green heart in a post, and that's specifically to them. That is their message that you are reaching out to them specifically. Or you mention something that you did that's remotely aligned with something that they enjoy, and they think it's there for them to comment on. I had been tweeting about Shiva Baby a lot, and then someone thought that meant I wanted to have a baby with them and started sending me pictures of babies. And this is that to the lesser degree. You have worked yourself into such a false reality in your mind because you want something to be true so badly, and everybody does this to varying degrees, but this is she was dating Orlando Bloom at the time, man. Orlando Bloom.
I think that she has planted this Harriet seed from way back in 2010. It's Katy. I know it's Katy.
So even though I don't completely blame him on this, it is just really sad. He's now just saying that oh no, all of these this other account, this is just a seed, and the real plan is just blooming to fruition here, and we're all just gonna see it. But you know what? In my mind, if I was gonna think that, if you were gonna go down that road, calling Catfish would be doubting the love that you two share. So you failed the test, Spencer. I shouldn't even say that because, okay, no, Spencer, it's not Katy. It's not Katy. It doesn't matter that you're 1,000% positive. It's not Katy.
I'm meeting Katy Perry, possibly.
Wait, what?
Come on.
I did Google Katy last night. There might be some rocky waters, so.
With her boyfriend?
Mr. Bloom.
How do I even... And Max and Neve are obviously a little bit flabbergasted that he's back on the train.
Dude, you're not talking to Katy Perry.
And then this guy's just I did some Googling last night and it looks like things might not be going so great with Mr. Bloom anymore. So you're telling me that you thought you were still dating her and having an emotional connection with her when things were going really well with Mr. Bloom? My guy, even if it was Katy Perry, have some self-respect. Have I said that already? It doesn't matter. It's still the point. So before they headed off to England, they had reached out to someone that they assume was Harriet's friend based on a Facebook post. And when they get to England, this person hits them back and drops this bomb.
We were wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about your friend Harriet.
She's actually my ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend?
Ooh! Oh shit! So technically, this Harriet person was cheating on her girlfriend, cheating with Spencer, who appears to be a solid, I would say 10 years older, which is not his fault. He thought he was dating Katy Perry. I'm just,
That's a pretty big...
She kissed a girl and she liked it.
Apparently.
I'm just mad at myself for not coming up with that joke first. I can tell that they don't have enough information to really pad out this episode. They're showing us producers popping a tire and having to change it. And we only have 15 minutes left and we're gonna waste time with this. So they get to where they're staying at in Gloucester and she almost immediately shows up.
So you've been talking to Spencer for the last 6 years?
I have.
I just watched this man's heart break in a single frame. Ugh.
You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half.
Okay, this is hard. She has blame to share here, obviously, but my guy.
You don't know Katy Perry.
No. Sorry, I guess.
Seems like an understatement.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got another little stick in the wheel here. Obviously, she's now just kind of awkwardly laughing, being no, I don't think it's funny, but it's a thing I did. I was a big fan. And then this guy's just kind of I think he's just getting mad at her, being I spent days, 6 years checking where she is, seeing what she likes, what she's into. You'd think there'd be a little bit more excitement coming from you, as if this is a catfish that was just so into him that she had to maintain the Katy Perry persona as to not lose him, when it appears that if she had started this 6 years ago, she probably would have been under the age of 18 when she did so. which absolutely bad move on her part, but all of this is making him think, no, it's not her. Like, he asks her where they first met.
Where did we meet again?
On the app.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's enough for him to be like, nah, it's not her. Check out this one, like, producer, cameraman reaction coming out here.
Dude,
No.
it's her.
I don't think it is, man.
You can't possibly think it's still Katy Perry.
I do.
All right, so I'm starting to feel less and less bad for this guy. So they basically say, hey, is there anything you can say to pop his bubble? So she starts like dropping like middle names, just random things that they've like talked about. But then he's like, what are the name of our fictional future children? So she drops 2 and he's like, no, it's not her. So they're like, oh, like those aren't the right names. And then he says,
No, she got the first 2 names right.
this man just cannot understand that she wouldn't remember every single little thing they've ever talked about because it doesn't matter to her, which thankfully Max points out.
I got some details that were pretty important wrong, so.
She doesn't
weren't
care.
important details to her.
Right.
But he's still not getting it. He's instantly like, you know what? I think that my Katy would get like a kick out of punking me a little bit. She would go to all this effort to like make me travel across to a different continent just to meet this like very young girl who's putting on a show, but like she won't spend any time or money actually meeting me, but she'd definitely do this whole punking thing. Yeah. Oh my God, is he wearing the engagement ring on his pinky finger? Oh my God, did he think that like Katy Perry was gonna show up and he could be like, my queen? Yeah, I know I'm bullying someone who got catfish, but at some point, it's your own damn fault. Look, guys, I'm pretty sure the only way to snap him out of this, you guys gotta find Katy Perry. You're catfish. Someone can get you a quick little phone call with Katy Perry.
This is the actual human being, as weird and crazy as he might be, has a heart.
Neve's like, okay, look, we're all so pissed off at him, but this is your fault. So they send her away to think about her actions, but with plans to meet up again tomorrow. So it's basically like, hey, can you just put your life on hold? You kind of wasted 6 years of his time. Can you just put your life on hold for one more day while we just chip through his brain? Because this man is still 9 out of 10 positive that he's talking to Katy Perry.
Scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you that you're talking to Katy Perry?
We'll go with a 9.
Thankfully, though, the next day, those numbers did flip. He is now a 1 out of 10 positive he's talking to Katy Perry. So we're moving in the right direction.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 1, I guess, probably.
Okay, that's progress.
Yeah, I was gullible, for sure. And I guess maybe I fed myself into that.
So the next day is when like Max and Neve meet up with her alone just to kind of get to the bottom of her side of the story. And it makes sense. She was young. She wanted to be more confident. She liked Katy Perry. She wanted to be more like Katy Perry. So she just made a Katy Perry account on the internet. And Spencer was the only one who believed it was actually her. Because by 2016, we were all pretty aware that it was very common to pretend to be celebrities on the internet. And she had kept it going originally because she liked the way that made her feel. Because again, it's not an excuse, but she was a kid. Not like a child, but like a teenager. So they get her back to where they're staying with Spencer, and they're like, okay, you guys can go off and talk amongst yourselves without us. Max and Neve, don't leave her alone with him. Don't leave her alone with him. I'm sorry, that's probably unfair to Spencer, but I was just like, ooh. Oh, good, they sent a camera with them. Okay, good.
I just got to a point where I couldn't imagine like not talking to you. Like I looked forward to it so much.
You know, there was definitely a strong connection going on for a long time.
So it is a nice talk. She's a little less heartless than she initially came across. It really is just, like, I was a kid. It was stupid. I enjoyed, being able to look forward to talking to you. You were there as like emotional support when I needed it, even if it was like a huge fake aspect to it. I didn't really stop to think about how it would affect you. I immediately wanted to Google what's going on with Spencer, but we're getting her 2 months later, so we'll have to wait.
Have you had any communication with Harriet?
Nothing.
We're gonna call Harriet right now and see why she isn't responding.
Okay, sounds good, man.
So Spencer says he's 0% positive that he's been talking to Katy Perry and that he had, tried reaching out to Harriet, but she hadn't answered. But then when they call Harriet, she's like, yeah, he did, but the emails were weird.
What were they?
Kind of just about how he met a girl in England and he was confused as why he didn't meet Katy, and then he said like I love you and stuff.
So he's telling them that he knows that it's not Katy Perry, but he was trying to email the account again as if it was Katy Perry, as if like, yeah, you know, I believe everything that just happened in England, but just in case. So they immediately want to get off the phone with her and call Spencer back. There's under 2 minutes left. This is a huge drop.
Spencer, we just spoke to Harriet.
Spencer.
I was still doing some investigating.
So you just wanted to be 200% sure.
Yeah.
But now, are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple days after I returned, so.
And thankfully, it was exactly what I just assumed. It was kind of just like, you know, just in case, we're gonna do a little bit of last second investigating here. So that's good, I guess, as long as he sure wasn't. I think the real solution would have been to try to reach out to Katy Perry to get her to talk to him. I am very disappointed that that's not what happened. Catfish Spencer now. I just want to know. Oh my God, wait, Katy Perry? Jesus Christ. The story obviously got back to Katy Perry, which I've just found. And obviously her statement is that her heart goes out to gullible fan. She didn't say gullible. That's what the news thing says. But yeah, she says, my heart goes out to him actually because anybody that's been fooled like that, or just, you know, people have dreams and people live in different parts of the world where not everything is always so accessible. I felt bad for him, so I didn't really like to indulge in that. Well, you know what? I'm not Katy Perry, and we will indulge today. I am so sorry, but you know what? If anything helps people realize, you're not talking to a celebrity unless there are ways to know. He had none. I hope he's doing well. He seems like he's okay. I don't know what he's up to otherwise. I hope he's found a real girl, or at least gone on some dates with people that are in front of him. Now, thankfully, all this guy is out is the $278 and maybe a little bit of dignity from going on Catfish thinking he was dating Katy Perry, but like she wasn't in it for money. She wasn't trying to scam him out of anything. The most he was out financially was the long distance phone call. Yes, 6 years of your life is a long time, but that is also a long time to put up with something like that if you had no proof that it wasn't the real person. But yeah, that does it for this episode of Catfish. I'm actually really disappointed that they didn't have Katy Perry on to like explain away, though at least she did acknowledge it publicly, which essentially lets him know if he had any shadow of a doubt that it was not her. Though I have seen some people find ways to work their logic around that, both with my friends and celebrities. So that's, it's an interesting world out there. You stay safe. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Again, if there are any episodes of Catfish that you would like me to watch, talk about, whatever, please list them down below or hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Do you guys have any fun or crazy catfish stories that you want to share that I might find interesting to read? Feel free to do that too. But thank you all so much for watching. Thanks as always to my Patreon and YouTube channel members. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like on the video if you're into that kind of thing. All my social medias are listed down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm mostly okay, and we'll catch you all later.